Yo, waste time, man. You are now tuned in to the Donnie Houston Show. Y'all know what it is. Ice, water, slaughter. Yeah!
Subscribe to the Donnie Houston Podcast, man.
In a nutshell, that's my mission for 2023. I want to dominate. I want to take over, not just Houston, but the country. I plan on being the biggest label in the country in 2023.
Yeah, man, it's going down. It's Donnie Houston Podcast. I am Donnie Houston. Check it out, man. We got a special guest, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all already know, man. This is the place, man. This is the spot where we celebrate this H-Time culture, man. This history, you know what I'm saying? All the legendary things, legendary people that was a part of making this thing what it is today, man. You know what I'm saying? And today's guest is a part of that, man. You know what I'm saying? Representing that North Side, representing Trinity Garden, man. Representing, Criminal Element, man. You know what I'm saying? Representing Trinity Garden Cartel, man.
Yeah.
Ice, water, slaughter. What's going down, man?
Yeah. What's up, Donnie, man? First of all, man, I appreciate everything you do for the culture, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, man, we need more of you. People who gonna, support the culture and know the history and support your people who was there, to get it started and be in the forefront for everybody else, man. So I appreciate you, bro.
Man, I appreciate y'all. Man, it's just one of them things, man, I feel like it's needed, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, where else we gonna go and really get this whole thing, man? Like, I don't know.
This is it.
Yeah.
Hey, man, this what I heard. If you make it to the couch, then you was making noise, man. So, hey.
Hey, like I said in the intro, man, you definitely was making some noise, man. This Trinity Garden Cartel, man. You know what I'm saying? It's an honor to have you here, man.
It's an honor to be here, man.
Yeah, for real. So what's new, man?
Man, back to business with D, man, Trinity Garden Cartel. You know what I'm saying? We talk like men do, you know what I'm saying? And man, we back to business. The album is called Cartel Business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got our nephew Chucky Trill on there, long live Chucky Trill, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's Cartel Business, and pretty much besides Chucky, I got Mike C. the Champ, one of my homies out of Austin, man, as far as the Mash Mob, a clique I be running with. He on there, but besides that, man, it's just Cartel Business. Me and D, we got 2 songs with Chucky on there. You know what I'm saying?
And it's the first time y'all getting back together in how long? How many
about
years?
20 years, 25 years,
on,
bro.
man.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on, man.
Between 20 and 25 years, yeah, man. A lot went on, you know what I'm saying, early. You know what I'm saying? Out the gate, we dropped the Ghetto My Hood album, you know what I'm saying, and we sold 250,000 copies, not streamed it, copies.
We gonna get it. I don't want to go too fast. We gonna get into it because you was telling me that off air. They kind of tripped me out, man, because I know what that money look like. You know what I'm saying?
But besides that, man, I've been working hard, Donnie, man. I mean, I numerous of solos I done did. One called Gone Fishing, one called Amazing Grace Life After Gone Fishing. I dropped those over the last 5 years or so. A couple of mixtapes. You know what I'm saying? I'm featured in a couple of films. You know what I'm saying? Besides that, just keeping the business straight on the business end so the checks can keep rolling.
Yeah. Man, so tell me, because you're the first person to come from Trinity Garden, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Tell me about that hood, man, and how it was coming up out
Trinity Garden. Man, pretty much like every hood. You know what I'm saying? As far as Houston, North and South Side. You know what I'm saying? It was, like I say, back then it was a lot going on, man. Bunch of drug dealing, bunch of prostitution, bunch of, a whole lot of this, a whole lot of that. But, you know what I'm saying, as long as you mind your own business, and pretty much everybody ran with their own, certain people, but as long as you mind your own business and, you know what I'm saying, you good. But it was treacherous like any other hood. You know what I'm saying? It was some good sides and some bad sides of it, but, it definitely was treacherous. It was just like any other hood. Man.
As a kid, because that's how it is in the hood. You know what I'm saying? As a kid, where'd you fall in on the sides of things, right?
Man, as a kid, I started off, you know what I'm saying, I was an all right kid, man. I stumbled, but I was an all right kid, played basketball, you know what I'm saying, typical kid, you know what I'm saying, until I encountered the music game, you know what I'm saying. Growing up, I was watching a lot of East Coast rapping though, because that was like the thing that was out then. So I was, MC Shan and Big Daddy Kane, and you know what I'm saying. I was watching a bunch of them, man. So, but when the South did, when I first heard Car Freaks, you know what I'm saying, this rap-a-lot music type, man. When I first, that blew my mind. So it was the East Coast flow I was liking, but I was loving the down south music.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then, man, from that, I just formed my own style, my own flavor on where I wanted to be at. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of mixed it with the east and the south. You know what I'm saying? And man.
So what age is you when you start getting your style and putting your rhymes out?
Around 13, 14.
Pretty young. So what middle school you going to at this?
I went to Burbank Middle School on the north side, man. You know what I'm saying? Out there. So I went to Burbank Middle School, and there we was into Crush grooving. You know what I'm saying? A bunch of youngsters probably don't understand it, but man, Crush Groove was like the thing back then. We hit the staircases and we'll Crush Groove. We went hard up in them staircases. So from that on, from me hitting the staircases, doing the Crush Groove, we had beatboxers, we had everything. From then on to Cashmere is when I really started. High school was when I really started taking my craft serious. You know
so Cashmere is the school at Trinity Garden.
Yes.
Okay.
Cashmere is school in Trinity Garden. So. Burbank is like it's like in the middle of Trinity Garden and Studewood. You know what I'm saying? But it can be, like I say, it's in the middle of both of them. But man, when I got to Cashmere, that's when I started doing the more talent shows and stuff like that, and taking my craft a little more serious. And people started telling me that, like, more that you got something, like you ain't just rapping, you don't need to be just rapping, you know what I'm saying? So what happened was, that's how I bumped into Mike B. By then, I had ventured into the street side too. You know what I'm saying?
So you hustling and all that?
Yeah, by then I'm out there hustling, but I'm rapping on the corner.
So who introduced you to the streets and all that?
A close friend of mine, man, we call him Pap. You know what I'm saying? So back then, Pap like introduced me to the streets, man, you know what I'm saying? And he was like a big brother figure to me, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? He really didn't want me in the game, but I pestered him so much to where, you know what I'm saying? So
this you just seeing people just getting easy money and you like, man, so I gotta get something.
Basically. You know what I'm saying? I want that too. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing them with the J's on and this and that and the Jordan suits, because back then that's what was going on. The all white flight Jordan suits. You know what I'm saying? And so I wanted that too. I'm seeing them. I'm like, man, I want that too. So, it was slow on our end. You know what I'm saying? Mama was doing the best she can. Daddy wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just being honest. You know what I'm saying? So my stepdad was there. He was a father figure, but you know what I'm saying? I was bullheaded. I wanted the money right then. I wasn't trying to wait for nothing. So I went to the block. So from then on, from hustling to, getting shot left for dead on the corner to, man.
What age is this? You in high school still?
Just like, I'm in high school still. Yeah, bro.
Wait. So you get shot hustling or were you doing some other shit?
Nah, I was hustling. Yeah.
So a fiend shot you or whatever?
Yeah,
no
basically.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying? One of my other homegirl from the hood was getting they spun delayed her, knocked all her stuff out of her hand into the car and drove out with it. And so we saw them again. They came back and we saw them again. We rocked their car. Boom, boom, boom. So they left and they telling me, "Come on, man." I'm like, nah. It was jumping. So I'm like, nah, I ain't missing none of this money. You know what I'm saying? Bullheaded. Nah, they burn out. So they said they won 10 minutes, 10. The blocks were short in Trinity Garden, so if you hear some gunshots, you're gonna hear it from 4, 5, 6 blocks away up in Trinity Garden, because the blocks, so you know what I'm saying. So yeah, man, they said they was a few blocks away and heard the shots from where they was headed out. You know what I'm saying. And so by the time they turn around and make it back up there, I was shot and laid out on the ground. Oh, I had got up off the ground and ran inside, because actually when they shot me, it was a Bronco, like the old OJ Broncos, and I rolled up under one of them. You know what I'm saying? Like they shot from the car, and they got out the car though. I can hear the footsteps. So I rolled. You know what I'm saying? I rolled under the Bronco.
Them boys really trying to get you out.
Yeah, so they get back in the car, bro. I get up. I go in the store. You know what I'm saying? It was a store on the corner then at the time. You know what I'm saying? And man, the store was our people. You know what I'm saying? So if you know the talk, they was our people. They knew, you know what I'm saying? But I ran in the store and they called the ambulance. The ambulance came. Mom, them came up there. You know what I'm saying? They like, man, we ain't had no money at the time.
Is this how your mama found out you hustling?
Right. You know what I'm saying? Then we ain't had no kind of money at the time. You know what I'm saying? So the people, the ambulance telling my mom, yeah, it's gonna be $90 to run them to the, you know what I'm saying? And $90 back then Nah, it was like more than that. It was some numbers. But back then, the little change they were talking about was like, mama was like, nah, we're gonna throw him in a car. So they threw me in a car and shot me to Bentar, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And when I got there, they took care of me, whatever. But the next day, they took care of me, and the next evening, I was back on the same block again with my arm in a sling. And if anybody from Trinity Garden know this true story, I'm back on the corner with my arm in a sling trying to get it again.
I was that dedicated to the grind, for real.
But that's how I was trying to give me some money. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to say that I was dedicated just to the grind, because I don't even think I wanted to be out there, but I wanted some money though. You know, and I knew that was the only fast way I can get me some money without, you know what I'm saying? I ain't want to knock nobody over the head, and that wasn't my game. So, yeah, I was back on the corner, arm in the sling, trying to give me something.
I think for the first time in a long time, we're going to get a real Lil Flip album. Not a bunch of songs, not a bunch of. I think we're going to actually get. If I have any control over his shit, like I'm trying.
So Flip is more so management. Could you break down the way L.O.U.D is structured as far as
Flip and Zero and Fat Pimp are management. But also, Fat Pimp is signed to the label as an artist, and he's a part of the group The Art of Ratchet with him and Tim. Then Bobby V is signed to the label, but also we have a joint venture with Bobby V's label, Veltri Music Group. Then we have Cody Skyra and Tim Ned are signed to L.O.U.D Music as artists as well. And Asia and Great House are a part of Division Music. Division Music, and that's DVZN. That's our R&B and soul division. And right now we're in the process of building our Latin division. So we have a really, really dope reggaeton and bachata artist out of Philadelphia we're bringing on board. And then we also have a reggaeton group that we're bringing on board from Houston. So we'll be launching the Latin division sometime in 2023.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah,
That's
man,
crazy over here, man.
I want to, not what I want, my goal has always been, I want to be the next Interscope. I want to be the next Universal Republic. I'm not competing with any of the subsidiaries that they signed. I want to be there. I want the country music division. I want the Latin division. You know, I personally want to put a black person the head of a country music division in the industry nationwide, because they'll have every other race the head of hip hop, head of R&B.
And that's the people they come from.
You know, why isn't, you know, and this is sidetracked, but it goes with my line of thinking. You know, the group Full Force. Look at the hits they wrote for NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, Britney, Christina Aguilera. Why aren't they the head of the pop division of any label? Why aren't they co-CEOs of anything? Because look at how much money they've generated. But one white, Asian, Indian, any other race get one hit record in hip hop, all of a sudden, hey, Senior VP of Urban Music. And it's not that you have a department, you have a division. The budget for the division is way different than the department. And that's one of the reasons why we're building and structuring the shit the way we do. Because I want divisions in these other genres of music that are funded as divisions that we control. So that's the long-term play, big picture play over the next 12 to 24 months of what we're working on in that aspect. But we're gearing up, man. We're gonna be real aggressive in 2023, super aggressive. So everybody is dropping something within the first 6 months of the year. Everybody. Videos. God knows how many videos we got locked in. So far, I think we got about 14 videos done amongst all the artists that's going to be dropping.
Do y'all have an in-house videographer and all that?
No. The only thing we outsource is videography and sometimes graphics. Other than that, we don't outsource anything, and that's out of necessity. I hate being held hostage by other people's time, and they're not working on my deadlines. And if I'm paying you, I don't want to work on your deadline. And I think we're in a space now to where a lot of creatives, from videographers, photographers, and graphic designers, they want to be the celebrity. They want to be the focal point. to whereas you get it when they are in their vibe or they move to give you. Like, nah, fuck that.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on where you put the money too. That's the thing too. It's like shit. You put the money down, and you kind of dictate the way that shit's supposed to go.
Yeah, but these niggas don't move like that, bro. I'm serious. Like I'm telling you, bro. I've given shot after shot after shot, and it's always come down to a pissing contest of.
I'm a hold shit. It don't move till I. Yeah.
And
that's that bullshit. Yeah.
And I don't understand like why. There's no reason why other than. And I've talked to some veterans in music who say, man, it's pretty much a lot of times it's ego. People don't want to feel like
I'm on your time and you running me and yeah.
And
I'm taking orders and it's like, no, you gotta understand this is the way the system works. You have a role, I have a role. The only way this shit works is if we both do what we're supposed to do.
Yeah, and I've even got to the point to where I don't let videographers put their logos in the front of our videos no more. Like, why am I advertising you and I'm paying you for this? You know, it's like if you had to run a TV commercial, you'd pay for it. But if I'm putting you on BET, MTV, Revolt, and we're doing all this promo and marketing, why is the first thing they going to see your logo? Like, no, you got to pay for this. Now, if you're giving me discounts and you showing love and I got phenomenal service, then I genuinely want to do it to look out. But no, I'm not just putting your logo all over my shit just because that's the thing to do now. Not for me, because I'm paying for it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not even with, and I think even with producer tags, if it's not something that's going to make it take it to the next level, or something like
I'm getting ready. Okay, you finna bark up my tree.
Yeah, because you're a producer.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing: if I come to you and you give me a price for your service, why do I have to advertise you?
Here's my problem though. Here's my only issue with that tag shit. And I'm not really picky on that. Mm-hmm. But my thing is like, if the artist is buying beats, and you buy beats from me and a couple other guys around Houston, and then you go get your Mike Will beat and your Juicy J beat and you whoever beat, I guarantee you're gonna let people know Juicy J produced this record. Mm-hmm. Mike Will produced this record. Now here's where the whole shit falls. If I'm an artist and I'm not at your caliber, but I've been working and I'm doing my thing, it ain't even that you doing me a solid. It's you almost kind of put me in it's kind of hindering in a sense of like, I ain't never gonna be looked at as Mike Will and Juicy J, because guess who put the Mike Will tags on there? Atlanta put that Mike Will tag. Memphis put that Juicy J tag. If Houston's tags are hid, then it's gonna look like ain't no niggas in Houston making music. And if they are, who are these niggas? Man, okay, so 17 years old, this when you meet D.
Mm-hmm. So
talk about Mike B first.
Okay, so that was when I was like 16. That happened. Okay, so after I got well and stuff, got on the corner, boom, boom. I'm rapping on the corner. Like I said, I always rapped on the corner. So somebody came up to the corner. Man, I can't, I ain't gonna lie and say I don't know who it was, but they came up to the corner and they were like, hey, you need to give it this dude Mike B. You know what I'm saying? He got a studio behind by Cashman, where his granny house at, woo woo. So, man, somehow me and I ended up over there. I had a DJ named DJ Free. That was my DJ at the time. And he scratched on records like New York. So I was like, man. So I messed with him real tough. So me and him went to Mike B house on some humbugs. So I went over there and knocked on the wrong door, because they had two doors. Mm-hmm. And he used to be in the room with the DJ and had records. Man had about 1,000 records on the wall and stuff. So I knock on the back where his granny and them at. And they like, nah, he around in so I go around there, boom. We go in there, chop it up with Mike B. Next thing I know, I rap for Mike B and everything. Boom, boom, boom. Next thing I know, Mike B done, tapped in with James Foster, this guy. That was him and D was, So after Foster heard me, then he took me to D. And that was the final destination, man. He took me to D, and D heard me rap. I came.
Did you know who D was? Had you seen him around the hood prior to
I knew who he was as far as his name in the hood. I had never officially met him, but I knew him by his name in the hood. His name carried weight in the hood. You know what I'm saying? So when I did meet him, I was like, man, it's D. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, yeah, rap, woo woo. Real stiff, like, yeah, man, rap, woo woo. So I rap. So when I rapped, I get through rapping, I came there to be a solo artist. But after I got through rapping, it wasn't no solo artist no more. You know what I'm saying? D was, like I say, D, he was older than me, and he was Debo, like, you know,
intimidating kind of figure,
intimidating type dude. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, I'm gonna have to fight this dude, or, you know what I'm saying? So he like, yeah, man, the group gonna be me and you gonna make a group like that. So I'm like, nah, I ain't come to make no group. He was like, just hear me out though. So so we talked, and then, you know, for what the direction he was going in was that we're gonna do the group thing, and then we're gonna focus on you, because I ain't, you know, he wanted to do that album with me, but, you know, he wasn't like he wanted to really do the music thing. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, we're gonna jump back on you. You know what I'm saying? So I did that. We shook hands and locked it in. You know what I'm saying? I was young though. Mind you, I was 17, so I couldn't sign. So my mom and them had to step in. You know what I'm saying? So my mom and them stepped in and everything, man, and then that's when some things happened in the studio. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to.
Oh, immediately at that time?
Around the time, you know, after my mom signed, we dropped the album. It was shortly. It wasn't too much after that. You know what I'm saying? Some things happened, man, occurred, man, that me and D both went to jail for. You know what I'm saying? And I'm in jail. I got a violation. You know what I'm saying? But they asked me about this, and D get both of us go down. You know, around the same time. Then D come home, and then I come home a little shortly after D. You know what I'm saying? And then D was like, well, I ain't rapping no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what you mean you ain't rapping?
Wait, but y'all didn't do the album though?
We had already dropped the album.
Okay. Let's talk about that then.
Okay, the album had dropped. The Get On My Hood album had dropped. You know what I'm saying? Bam. You know what I'm saying? The Get On My Hood album had dropped. You know what I'm saying? And out the gate, man, the album was moving copies. You know what I'm saying? I remember one time we talked, it was at like 75,000 copies, and it was still moving out the gate.
How did this become so popular so fast?
Well, D already had a name. Like I said, he was a street figure that already had a name. You know what I'm saying? So, you know,
his name that heavy just off the strength.
Yeah, man, he was heavy. It wasn't just, you know what I'm saying, a typical, you say a name and, you know what I'm saying, yeah, his name spoke volumes, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so he already had a name, so people are already curious to hear if he can rap or what he gonna be able to do or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Being that you're a street figure, they want to know if you can really talk that talk when it's time to get on the mic, or you just putting some money or wasting some money. So, and man, he turned out to be nice. You know what I'm saying? We did the album. The album turned out to be great. Like I say, out the gate, it moved like 75 over the first couple of month or two. Moved like 75,000 units. Like was moving like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you getting paid at this time, or did you get like money to sign, and it was kind of that type of thing?
Now by then the royalties hadn't even kicked in or nothing. You know what I'm saying? But I was always taken care of. You know what I'm saying? D always took care of me from jump start. From the time we shook hands and my mom and them had to step in, it's like they told my mom and them, like, this is job, so we're gonna treat it like it's a job. So every Friday, JF gave me 500, D gave me 500. 17 years old. I'm in the studio. That's all they wanted me to do. They didn't want me to get on the corner no more. So that was their way of taking. That's how God worked. You know what I'm saying? Because that was their way of taking me off the corner. And I really didn't want. You know, I was just there because I wanted some money to try to take care of my family. I wanted the stuff these people got. I didn't want to be left behind either. So you know what I'm saying? So that was a blessing. That was the first blessing. Them coming and taking me off the corner and giving me that kind of money and keeping me in the studio away from the corner. You know what I'm saying?
But you still ended up in a situation.
Yeah. and then after the studio was in this Sister Mickey house. It was like a 2-bedroom house. And you know what I'm saying? Man, I had stayed in there so much to where I ended up leaving. You know what I'm saying? I had turned, getting ready to turn 18. I left my mom's house and started staying in the house with Mickey. It was a 2-bedroom in the room where the studio equipment was. I'm active on that. You know what I'm saying? I'm working. So after that, he ended up getting the building. And then shortly after that, of getting the building is when, you know, the place was ran down on and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? I went to jail for a violation, and in the middle of that, something happened at the studio, you know what I'm saying? Then D go down, then, you know what I'm saying? But then we both ended up coming home. D came home for me. So when I came home, you You know what I'm saying? It was like he was like, I ain't rapping no more. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, you ain't rapping no more. I'm bullheaded. You know, I was like, what you mean? Like, nah, the group gonna be you, cause D always talk firm. And when he said it's like that's what he's saying.
Yeah.
It's like that's what I'm saying. He was like, yeah, this group gonna be you and woo woo and Gangsta G and Herb. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, no. You know what I'm saying? Not that, cause them my brothers. Not saying like I don't want to do no music with them. We're saying like, now this is what we started, and if I can't do it with you, you feel me? Then I don't want to do no Cartel album. You know what I'm saying? So, and I kept my word on that, cause here it is, 20 some years later, and we about to do another Cartel album. I never did another Cartel album with nobody. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I stood on that. That's what I wanted to do. That's what I came out the gate to do. Like, you stopped me to do my solo project so we can do this group album, and then you tell me now you ain't rapping no more. You got, you know what I'm saying? I was bullhead. My mind was messed up over that. So I did like every other youngster do. I bucked the system. Hey, well, I'm gone then. You know what I'm saying? Then at the time I was 18, so I was supposed to be re-signed another contract. But when all that went on,
everything
part of my
expired.
ways, I never did sign another contract. So I bumped. That's when I bumped into Mickey from Dead Game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I started the Criminal Element thing.
Right, we started the Criminal Element thing. And out the gate, we sold Criminal Element, sold like almost 200,000 units.
Y'all going through Southwest?
We going through, Southwest. Yeah, man. Did numbers, bro. Did numbers. I'm talking, we stayed on the charts. Stayed, Rascal. No, we had Lil Rascal. Lil Rascal was over there too. You know what I'm saying? Doing numbers. You know what I'm saying? Damn. So, and Rascal dropped the, like a grown, he dropped Love Your Groove, and then he dropped, I think that was like a, it wasn't an EP. I think it was a maxi single. It was like 3 songs on it. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. But he dropped Love Your Groove, and then he dropped Like a Grown Ass Man album. And both of them did numbers. You know what I'm saying? Everything we was doing numbers. It's like I was still hot from the cartel, you know what I'm saying? And when I jumped in Criminal Element, the thing just kept rolling. You know what I'm saying?
Can you talk about just Houston at that time, man? Because like, I mean, you say y'all hot in the streets, you know what I'm saying? The age is
man, Houston
becoming
at
what
the
it
time,
is.
down in Houston at the time, man, it was plexed up. In some ways. And why I say that, because you had people like the homie Alvin that I know up out of Rosewood that was stealing people vehicles and stuff on the south side. You know what I'm saying? And I'm in the music business, so I'm knowing some of these people. You know what I'm saying? But they know I ain't with the foolery. But you know, my partner doing it though. You know what I'm saying? And that's my partner. You know what I'm saying? So I was like in the middle of, you know what I'm saying, because I know you, then this my partner, you know what I'm saying, and woo-woo. So I just stayed kind of neutral though. I just stayed doing music. Music was my way of venting and get away from everything. So I just stayed working, trying to do the music. But it was like Plex, because just because they were stealing them cars on the South, you know what I'm saying, it was like, I'm gonna say it like this, but I'm cool with all my Southside people. Done did songs with numerous of them, but I was feeling like, you know, you couldn't go to the South, you know what I'm saying, and casually hang out with all this going on. Then I feel like the South couldn't come to the North, and that's the type of feeling was going on. You know what I'm saying? But I was still doing songs with people though. I was still doing songs with ESG, L.O.U.D. I did something with Hawk, Rest in Peace Hawk. You know what I'm saying?
Talk about your relationship with Hawk, because you and Hawk, y'all.
Yeah, man. Me and Hawk was real. I'm talking about real cool, real humble dude. Every time I see him, I always laughing. Always, you know what I'm saying? Had that kind of the aura about him. You know what I'm saying? And so how I met Hawk was, I wanted him on a song with me, him, and L.O.U.D. and Billy Cook on the song. So I was messing with this cat named Jiggy out of Trinity, Texas, and he was like, yeah, man, whoever we need, let's woo-woo. So I reached out to Hawk, I reached out to L.O.U.D. Billy Cook, we was all messing with the same people at the time. So, yeah, shout out to Billy Cook. But, man, I got in contact with Hawk and got in contact with L.O.U.D. And Billy Cook got on the hook. And I paid them, you know what I'm saying, what they asked me for. And let me show you the cold part about it. The dude, I'm saying, Jiggy and Trinity, who I was messing with, he had a studio over like a barn. Man, the barn burnt down, burnt all the music up and everything, dog. So we had to redo it again. And at the time, Tiger, DJ Tiger, that do music from Near Production, that was Lil Rascal's DJ. He had did the track, so he had to redo the tracks again. And I went back and paid all of them over again, dog. They didn't charge me the same thing. Shout out to my people, L.O.U.D, rest in peace, Hawk. They didn't charge me the same thing, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, they got paid again and we moved. So everybody who I work with, they know what it is, man. They know I kept it silent, you know what I'm saying? Even Slim, shout out to Slim Thug, man, you know what I'm saying? We did great music, me, him, and ESG on that same song together with Billy Cook, you know what I'm saying, off my one of my albums, My Life Without Fear album. But, yeah, man. Off the my Thugs album, but man, I did a music with a lot of people from Devin the Dude, you know what I'm saying? 3-2. Shout out to 3-2, man. Rest in peace, 3-2. Real talented dude, man. You know what I'm saying? So my history of doing music is long. I'm talking about stretch long, man. You know what I'm saying? So KB the Kidnapper. Me and KB was in the same group together.
No shit.
This before even the cartel. Me and KB was to the hard way. Look, we were so young. We used to go to this club that they had named Gucci's on Homestead. Mm-hmm. Me and KB was underage, but used to go in there and battle all them older dudes, dog, and win every week. Look, $500 every week, right? So we won so much till they just say, hey, man, y'all let somebody else win. I'm serious. And KB will tell you the same story. Check it out. KB told them, hey, man, y'all let them win, and we still going to pay y'all. And they paid us. You know what I'm saying? So me and KB was supposed to be in a group before he went to street military and before I went to cartel. We was to the hard way.
No shit.
Yeah, man. History. Hey, history, facts, man. I'm telling you.
That's crazy. Okay, tell me how you come up with your name?
My name been rocking with me since like middle school, man, because like I say in middle school we did the Crush Groove thing. So I used to dig in dictionaries to learn what the definition of the word for. I didn't want to rap anything. So if anybody track my music, they'll see my the way I rap is a whole lot different. So when I dug in the dictionary, I used to figure out what the word was, then I would write my verses accordingly to, you know what I'm saying? So I was digging in the dictionary one day. I said, I need a code name. So I had already came up with Slaughter. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm going to slaughter these beats. That's why I was there. I'm going to slaughter you. So I'm digging in the dictionary. So, boom, I run across Ice. And then I'm looking through some stuff. And I don't know how I come up with the water part, but I just put it together. Like, I'm going to be cold at slaughtering these beasts, man. So I put the ice water with the slaughter. And that's how I came up with the whole thing. And I ran with that from, like, 8th grade all the way through the rest of my career, like, to today, right now.
But you know what? But now... Here's the devil's advocate of that, because I don't disagree with what you're saying, but my part is, as a label, I think it's a case-by-case basis on who you're dealing with. For me, if you know what I bring to the table and what I'm going to do, help me help you. But a lot of times it's so one-sided. And I'm only speaking from my personal experience here within the past 2 years in Houston, nowhere else in Houston. If I call and say, hey man, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, the price tags I get is fucking through the roof. And I'm like, why are you charging me this? But I'm the same person that they'll call, hey, let me pick your brain. Hey, can y'all pull up to this? Hey, can I get this from Ro? Hey, you think Flip would do this? But if I say, hey man, let me lock in with you and do X, Y, and Z. Oh, well, you know, this is what it is. It's just business, or it's just that. And I'm like, where is the leeway? So if I come to you and say, hey, D, I'm doing this record on Fat Pimp. And you say, okay, bet. I'm gonna look out and I ain't gonna charge my regular price. I'm charging this price. Bet. Hey y'all, make sure Donnie Houston tag is on this. Make sure he's listed on all the credits. When we do the press release and we're doing all the marketing, we make sure his name is featured and highlighted. It's no difference and I can say this comfortably, is when I'm promoting Loud Fest or the press junket. I intentionally told you I'm putting your name next to this name. So every time this is seen, I know yours is seen nationally. So I'm intentional when I do it. It's when niggas handle me like I'm not actually trying to. That's why I say it's only for me personal. I'm not even going to speak for an industry thing because I know how I move. So I move in a way to where the reason why I make sure all the headliners at Loud Fest are from Houston. What other festival in the history of Houston have ever put Houston artists as headliners to do a full set? Not in Houston All-Star set, but they're the feature. They're on all the promo, all the marketing, and they're the headliners. What other festival in the history of Houston has done that other than Screwfest? So I'm super intentional. They wanted me to move Loud Fest and the press junket to Dallas and to Atlanta and to do these. Like, no, I'm keeping it here. Loud Fest last weekend, we had 223 artists perform. About 160 of them came from outside of the state of Texas. It was more out-of-state artists and media at that event than Houston. Why? So, as much as we want to break our neck and bend over backwards to show love and look out for the city, why hasn't the city looked out for us? Why do I have?
I think we have to just improve relationships, and that's part of me. What I'm doing, of just going around, and you know, what I mean, we got to take relationships outside this shit, but you know what I mean.
But I always reach out. Like I reach out to everybody. I don't harbor no resentment or no nothing. I've made anything that I'm doing. I'm like, yo, I got this. You want to come? Put your logo on it. This is on the radio. I'm gonna put you on the advertisement. I make sure that last year's press junket on the advertisement, I had you, I had the Syrup Room, I had all these other Houston media outlets in the radio commercials, on the TV commercials.
So I appreciate it. I made sure I was there.
Yeah, I'm always super inclusive. I'm always super inclusive. But the crazy thing is when I call, and I'm not saying you, but when I call outlets and platforms, hey, I want to do this with Tim. I want to do this with Skyra. Oh, well, you know, it's this. What if I charged you sponsorship packages to be a part of Loud Fest?
Sometimes, you know what, too? Sometimes, too, because I ain't gonna lie, I don't catch everything.
Right.
I'll be on this shit. Sometimes if I don't catch you on this one, I'm gonna catch you on the next one. I'll be moving like that. You know what I'm saying? I can't speak for everybody, and I think everybody can't make everything. I know for me personally, I can't make everything.
It's impossible. But there's too much going on.
I do think that, I mean, everybody, I can't speak, I don't know what everybody's situations is, but I do think as a city, we can do a better job of just coming together, just supporting each other a little bit more. You ain't got to make it everything.
Technically, my office is closed right now. But you say, hey, I'm coming. G-Dash say, hey, Derek, I'm doing this for the Swisher House. Okay, I'm there. D-Rex say, hey, I'm working on... I feel, and this is, again, I'm only speaking for me, I feel like I've earned the right to get certain things done.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, so the whole time since you signed with Cartel, it been straight rap. You never had to go back to the streets.
Nah. I mean, I dibbled. You know what I'm saying? I dibbled. You know what I'm saying? But just head on, feet flat back in the street. Nah, I ain't. You know what I'm saying? From being around OG Mickey, you know, bless his soul, rest in peace. From being around Mickey and being around D and other OG people like Pap and Lucci and people I know, it gave me a different feeling about the game. So I feel like if I can hustle, I can do something else that can give me some money. You know what I'm saying? I would just turn into an all-around hustler. I ain't have to sell no dope to have some money, and you know what I'm saying? And then I was learning as I was going. Like I said, I was around them, so a lot of the stuff they was doing wasn't phasing me. You know what I'm saying? Our culture, I love our culture. You know what I'm saying? The rims, the paint, to everything. I love everything about our culture. But I had to be one way. I had to stay, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't let that, I had already let it put me in the game. You know what I'm saying? Because I wanted that. You know what I'm saying? So now, if I finally start having me a little money and then fall back into that, then it got me again. So I had to think different, you know what I'm saying? So I love my culture, but I didn't invest in it. The rims and the candy paint and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I invested in. I always wanted me a house I always wanted me. I was low key because I was around the OGs all the time. Like right now today, I still ride OG. If you go outside, you ain't gonna catch me or nothing. You know what I'm saying? I might pull up on the side of you though, and you gonna be like, who that is? Because I'm gonna be behind some tin or something. But I don't. Nah, I don't. You know, I stay low key a lot. You know what I'm saying? That's how I was raised. Not saying I don't like fancy things, and you know what I'm saying. And yeah, I done had Benzes and all. You know what I'm saying, but. You know, sometimes I toned down a lot. You know what I'm saying? As I got older, I toned down a lot.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Nah,
but the fascination over having money and having things still the same. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. I still want it. I don't care how old I get.
Man, tell me, because you were saying, you know, y'all moving, you know, at the time, you know, 200,000 plus, you know, units.
Yeah.
Y'all never talked about, like, or no major labels ever approached y'all about trying?
See, but, you know, at the time that the major labels approached us, that's when everything was going on, and me and D was on. We weren't on terms at the time, and woo. And D had money, so you know, probably what they was offering, D had it. You know what I'm saying? So you know, back then you offer somebody 300,000, 400,000. That was a lot of money back then. You feel me? But for a person who already got that right now, that ain't. You know what I'm saying? So. You know, that went that way, and dealing with the majors. You know, if you don't, when they holler at you, you know, it ain't like they guaranteed to circle back, and if they do, it ain't gonna be right no time soon. So, you know, when the labels hollered and D was like, nah, woo. You know what I'm saying? But and then labels hollered even when I was dead game. It's like they heard, okay, he ain't over there, but he over here. So they came to dead game. They hollered, and the bad side of that is why you got to always stay ready, man. You know what I'm saying? The bad side of that is when they came and hollered at us, we went straight in the studio and we recorded, you know what I'm saying, at Just Fresh Studio, but we tried to give them a demo because they was only there for a short time. They was like, they wanted to meet us like that Sunday, and it was like that Friday night. So we was trying to hurry up and go put something together for presentation when we should have been already ready, man. You know what I'm saying? So we went, we got it together. You know what I'm saying? It's the same album that we dropped that sold and went on to, you know, to make Criminal and Be a Name, to Hit 'Em Where It Hurt, the Underground. We had gave them the whole Hit 'Em Where It Hurt album, but it was demo version. You know what I'm saying? So, cause we was just trying to meet that deadline. You know what I'm saying? And man, you know, that's just a valid thing that we had to learn, point that we had to learn in the music business. You know what I'm saying? You got to be ready at all times because you never know when they're going to come. And when you got to be ready, not just saying you got some music together. You got to have that music packaged up and ready to go, like, you know, professionally. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking sound-wise and everything. So, yeah, man, I missed out on that. You know what I'm saying? That's just how the ball was bouncing.
So this whole, so you like you say, man, we got the new Trinity Garden Cartel album coming, but like this whole time, you and D, y'all just stopped speaking because of that particular moment.
Well, D was in the feds.
Okay.
D was in and out the feds. You know what I'm saying? For stretches. So yeah, but you know what I'm saying? In the time that he was out when he get out the feds, yeah, we wasn't really talking. So then he go back to the feds. So this last time when he came home, it's when we reached out to each other, man. You know what I'm saying? Like before that happened to nephew Chucky. You know what I'm saying? We reached out to each other via text message, something through Instagram, one of them. But we spoke, and then, you know, then we ended up exchanging numbers. And once we did that, you know what I'm saying, we was able to talk, like really talk. You know what I'm saying? Not via text message and all that. So we was able to talk, man, and we talked like men. You know what I'm saying? I told him how I felt. He told me how he felt. And then he told me why he did what he did, because the people was on him and he didn't want me to get.
So that's how you just finding out this
right.
shit.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So, you know, when he told me that, man, I was like, yeah. Well, I was bullheaded because I should have, you know, you like big bro, I should have been like with the play. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing you already taking care of me, but I'm bullheaded. You know what I'm saying? I'm young, man. You know what I'm saying? You make mistakes when you're young. So, you know, and that's just how the ball bounces. But I'm a true believer that God don't make mistakes, though. Because after all these years, we back together. You know what I'm saying? And we talk like men, and we see how I was bullheaded and he was arrogant, but he just didn't want to tell me nothing, you know what I'm saying? Which, you know, sometimes communication, all the time communication is the best policy. No, not sometimes. Let me correct myself. All the time, communication is the best policy. So if I'd have communicated, or he would have communicated, we'd have been had it resolved. But you know, hey man, we back. Cartel business. Shout out to D. Shout out to Big Bro. Shout out to Trinity Garden, Herb. Shout out to Sub X, Mike B, Jay Foster, the whole clique, and long live Chucky Trill. This cartel business, man.
For sure. Well, man, you got anything else, man, before we close out, man?
Man, I just want to tell all the artists, man, you know what I'm saying, the young artists out there, man, pursue your dream, but make sure that you have all your documentations right. You know what I'm saying? Don't just get in the game and start doing music, man, without having your BMI, your publishing. Because I'm only telling you because I did that for many years. You know what I'm saying? You really rapping for nothing, man. You know what I'm saying? And you might not be as lucky as me to survive in a game this long and be able to tell the younger generation after you this here. So I'm telling y'all, make sure your paperwork right, man. You know what I'm saying? But reach for the skies, man. I swear, man.
Yeah, already. That's what I'm gonna have you sign this too, man. When we close out, man. I wish I had my mark up here.
Yeah, man. We got.
Where can we get this at?
Man, me and D have live wax, man, of the first Ghetto My Hood. So anybody want some of the wax, man, limited. It's limited though. Anybody want some of the wax, man, get at D or get at me. You know what I'm saying? And we'll try to get some of this wax to you. We got some D Straight Texas Hoodlum album too. So if get at D, you know what I'm saying, and reach out to me, man. We'll make sure y'all get some of this Ghetto My Hood vinyl, dog. This classic. You know what I'm saying? You'll never see this again. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's for Donnie, man. And, you know, shout out to the Houston culture. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Low Life, E-Rock, them are people, Sig. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Maz Mall crew, Mike C. the Champ. You know what I'm saying? Man, shout out to Frank Nitty. You know what I'm saying? I got to shout out Nitty. He did a bunch of production on the new Cartel album. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all got Mike B on the new album?
We in the process of getting Mike B on it too. I got a cat named Ion. Hey, shout out to Ion, man. Y'all looking them up. Look up Ion, the producer, man, on Instagram, man. Real dope producer, man. You know what I'm saying? Who else I got on there, man? Between them three right now, that's kind of the kind of people we work with for production. But we about 4 songs short from finish the album, and we need tracks. So DM me, get at me, get the tracks to me, and you know what I'm saying. We going to work, man. You know what I'm saying. Shout out to Ace Time. Shout out to Donnie Houston for having me, man.
So when there's a lineup of our Houston artists on the show, and we shutting every tour down, every city down, that it only makes us all better, and it creates opportunities for everybody in the city. But I plan on being on that Mount Rushmore. I need them Clive Davis, Jimmy Iovine, Russell Simmons, Derek McKinney, Steve Stopp. That's my mission. I'm not a rap nigga. I ain't no street dude. I ain't trying to compete with nobody with the jewelry and the cars. Like, no. I want to create icons. I want to create legends. That's the only thing I care about. And I feel like 2023, we've done the work during the pandemic, post-pandemic, to put us in position to have the loudest year ever, and that's 2023.
That's what it is. Well, hey, man, I had to stop by, holler at my boy Derek, man. We over here at the official L.O.U.D headquarters, you know what I'm saying? Y'all tap in with them, follow all the artists, and hopefully this conversation, you know what I'm saying, creates more conversation, you know what I mean? But that's what it's about, man. It's about one Houston, all of us coming together. And yeah, man, y'all look out for L.O.U.D, support everything Derek got going on. Look out for the L.O.U.D press junket. And hey, man, it's going down. Already, it's going down, man. Ice Water Slaughter, it's Donnie Houston Podcast, man. We up out of here.
Donnie Houston. Oh yeah.